So viewers, this is my ranking of series 1 to 10 of Doctor Who. So, I'm going to be saying my opinion only. I'm going to be talking about all the different series, what were good about them, what were bad about them, whether they were watchable or not, whether it was any good, what were the highlights. So, I'm going to crack on. So, at number 10 in 10th place is Series 6. Series 6 for me, I thought it was really a bad series. It was really hard to follow, confusing, and just a mess in my opinion. No episodes were memorable for me. I really don't remember hardly any of it apart from the eye patch woman, and all of them wearing eye patches, and I don't even know. I don't think I'll ever give it another watch, to be honest. I just lose interest really quickly. I just didn't like how the series was split as well. Like it started in April or whenever it started, then it stopped for like a few months and then came back again. I don't see why they even did that, which was quite annoying, and it wasn't even a good series, so I wasn't looking forward to it. And it's just never to be watched again. It's just a really bad series. The 11th Doctor's daft. I don't like Amy and Rory in it. I just think the whole thing's really, really bad, and never to be watched again. Really. I mean the opening with him regenerating and then dying and then coming back. I can't get my head around that still. The finale was terrible. Let's Kill Hitler especially, as far as I can remember, that was terrible. I can't think of a good episode. So for me, at number 10, it is Series 6. At number 9 is Series 5. I've often see people put this at number 1 and number 5 and number 4, but I just don't think it's a good series. I mean, a few episodes are actually watchable, like the 11th Hour and the Weeping Angels 2-parter. I think they were good. I think they deserve another rewatch. It's just the episodes in between. Yeah. The bad episodes especially were The Beast Below, Amy's Choice, the Silurian 2-parter weren't that good, Victory of the Daleks were pretty bad, and The Lodger. It's just not Doctor Who. I know that I like a Doctor Who series to have a bit of sci-fi, a bit of history, a bit of everything, but it just got a bit ridiculous. And the finale, especially the Pandorica opens and the Big Bang, it was, as a child, it was really, really hard to follow, and I didn't know what was going on half at the time. And I actually given it a rewatch recently, and I actually do understand it, how it all works, but if you're watching it as a child, it's hard to follow, and it's really hard to understand. So overall, Series 5... not good in my opinion, although people say it's really, really good. But it's just my opinion after all, and I don't see how I don't see why the Doctor should pop out of a wedding cake or whatever it is. Anyway, and threatening the Daleks with a Jammy Dodger, but I guess that's how the 11th Doctor were, or something like that. Coming in at number 8 is Series 7. So for me, it was really hard to decide whether it should be Series 5 or Series 7 in spaces 9 or 8, but that's the order I've done it in. But Series 7 overall, if I look at it, it's a pretty weak series. I'm including the 50th and the Christmas special in this as well. I often said that Series 7 was a good series for Matt Smith as well, because he's not my favourite Doctor at all. But I've looked at the episodes recently. just looked at what were actually in the series, and there weren't that many good episodes. And I don't like how the series was split. Like in 2012 with Amy and Rory, then you had the Christmas special, and then Clara came in a few months later, which I don't see why they did that at all. Very weird. I think it beat Series 5 because of the 50th, and I think the Time of the Doctor Christmas special was really, really good, and Trends of Law. I mean, the 50th anniversary, I think it was great, and David Tennant were in there, and the War Doctor and the Time War, and that was just great. But that's another story. But as Series 7 as a whole went together, it's not that good. I mean, I didn't mind some episodes like the Asylum of the Daleks. The rest of the series were watchable. Some bad episodes were the Crimson Horror, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, The Power of Three, and The Rings of Akaton. I'm not a big fan at all. Nightmare in Silver was also pretty bad for a Cyberman episode. It's just not good in my opinion overall. Just the whole series, really. Clara I thought was a really good companion. Better than Amy and Rory, but she got a little bit annoying towards the end when she got in the Doctor's time stream. But it did actually make sense how there were loads of versions of her. I'm not a big fan of the Name of the Doctor though. Or River Song as well. So that's probably added to why the series has been put low down. At number 7 on my list is Series 8. I actually think this series is okay. It's not bad, and it's definitely not good. It could have been better. One of the highlights for me was the whole Missy story arc. I like how they introduced her at the beginning of the series, and it left you wondering who she was. I actually guessed right that she was the Master, and I think she's really, really good as the Master. The reveal was really exciting. The series overall were okay, but I think this Series 8, I think it was more focused on how Clara was feeling, more about her rather than the new 12th Doctor. But that might just be me. That's just what I saw. Like when she was in the school, it just didn't seem like Doctor Who was fully there. The bad episodes for me in this series, well, the bad ones especially, were In the Forest of the Night, Robots of Sherwood. It was more of a comedy, really. Time Heist and Kill the Moon. These episodes especially were pretty bad, and I'm probably not going to watch them ones again unless I watch the full series. Good episodes, however, were the finale, definitely. I think the finale is really, really good. Death in Heaven, not too bad, but the finale overall is really, really good. Deep Breath is really, really good. A really good opener to the 12th Doctor. I enjoyed Mummy on the Orient Express, and the rest of the series weren't too bad. So Series 8, quite good. It's not the worst series at all. Number 6 for me is Series 10, which could surprise some people because I've seen that people have put this series higher. But this was hard between Series 8, Series 9, Series 10, a few other series. But this is where I put Series 10. It was really hard to slot it in. So overall, this series isn't too bad. People say it's really, really good, but yeah, I do see where they're coming from, but it's not the best at all. Not by a long shot, especially with the others that I'm going to say. I found that most of the episodes in Series 10 had rushed endings. It might just be me, but I was like, what? Especially the one in Smile as well. Usually there is a pattern that, like, every episode 2 in every series aren't as good as the rest of the series, and I think that's correct, because there aren't many episode 2s that are really, really good. But especially this one, this had a really rushed ending. The best story in Series 10 was definitely the finale. I think World Enough in Time, The Doctor Falls were really, really good. I know that John Sims Master was like leaked and put in the trailers, but the newspapers and all that and the BBC wanted to get more views for the finale. Unfortunately, it was leaked. I'm not going to go on about that, but obviously it would have been better if it kept quiet. I do see how it links in with like Mrs. Cyberman episode in the Series 8 finale to where John Sims Master ended up in the lift with the Cybermen and all that. Could have Missy could have had an idea of joining forces with the Cybermen when she newly regenerated from John Sim. But in the finale especially, I liked how they killed each other because they were both bonkers. They were both really, really good as the Master. I think Bill and Nardole in the whole of the series were really, really good. Nardole was better than I thought it was going to be. Bill was a really good companion. Really modern style and everything. She wore things like that. She acted like a normal modern person of like this day and age, which I thought was pretty good. It's early in the morning. Anyway, I think the first half of Series 10 was better than the second half. I mean, in the second half you had episodes like The Lie of the Land, The Eaters of Light, The Empress of Mars, and I don't think they were really, really good. They were pretty bad. They were really, really rubbish, but especially Lie of the Land for me, it didn't go together really, really well. It didn't make me go, yeah. I think Moffat was just looking for an ending to put on them. I don't think the Eaters of Light were pretty good either. I did actually enjoy how the Doctor was blind for some of it, from like Oxygen onwards. I think that was really good. We hadn't really seen that before. So that's one aspect of the series that I liked about it. And another thing before going to number 5, the Doctor's regeneration energy got overused. I don't see why they did this. It didn't get me excited. It got boring after a while. Why was it used in The Lie of the Land? It got annoying in The Doctor Falls, how they had to stop his regeneration because they already written it in, obviously, but they changed it for the Christmas special. It's okay, but it was a bit too much effects. But I did actually like how he didn't want to go, which we also haven't seen before, apart from the 10th Doctor and all that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to move on now to number 5, which is Series 9. So this is actually a series I could watch all the way through again. Still not the best, but I think I do like it than the rest that I've said so far. I did like how most of the stories were two-parters, because I liked how there's cliffhangers and they could allow good endings at the end. I liked the opening two-parter with Missy and the Daleks and Before the Flooding under the Lake, and the Zygon two-parter were too bad. The Me and the Shoulder character was okay. She's immortal. I don't know what would happen to her at the end. At the end of the universe or anything, I don't know. She was okay. So I do like the two-parters. Sleep No More was a bit of a letdown. I didn't like Sleep No More at all, the way it was or anything. I'm probably not going to watch that again. I might give it one more go. Probably not, actually. Thought it was a bit bad. I did like Heaven Sent. It's probably one of the highlights for me. I liked how it built up, like from the opening two-parter to that, like with the confession dial and things like that. and I liked how it opened up. It opened up to Gallifrey, and I liked how it took him years and billions of years to get there, and it left a big cliffhanger to Hellbent, and Hellbent was a massive letdown, unfortunately. I thought it was going to be really good, but it's just the whole episode, I just didn't like any of it. I just thought it fell to bits, and the series didn't come to a good end, unfortunately. I liked how he was looking for Gallifrey. Like, he's been doing that definitely since the 50th, probably even longer. But as soon as he got on there, I wanted to come off it. Like, I thought as soon as he got to Gallifrey, he'd probably spend a few episodes there, and we'd get to see Gallifrey as a whole as a proper episode. I don't know what episodes would actually occur, because there's probably not many creatures and monsters and villains on there. But I think a few episodes on Gallifrey would have been really good, but I just don't think it was any good, to be honest. I didn't like how Clara came back. I thought her ending were really good in Face the Raven. I just don't see why she came back. It was a really bad idea. And how the Doctor shot the Commander Gallifrey. I don't know if he was Commander. I can't remember. Or the General, I think he were called. It just so out of character. Like when he said, "What regeneration you're on?" I don't see why that had to be in there. I think Moffat just put it in there because the General turned into a woman. I think he just had to have that in there because he was just stating the fact that the Time Lord can be a woman. We already know it by Missy anyway. It was just a bit stupid how they had to have it in. And then he just came off Gallifrey after trying so hard to get home for billions of years. And he just wanted to come off it, and he's not bothered about it anymore. Which is a bit odd for some reason. So I'm not really sure why that happened. Anyway, it's forgetting Hellbent and Sleep No More, the series overall was pretty good. So at number 4, I have put Series 2 there. Overall, I think Series 2 is a really good series. David Tennant's debut as the Doctor was really good and written well for the new Doctor's personality, because he's funny and he has loads of character to him. Although there were great stories such as the finale and the episodes in the series, there were a few that weren't as good, such as Fear Her, and there were episodes that were average. But there weren't any really bad episodes in there, which is what I like. So that's really good. I think bringing Sarah Jane and Kanan back were great, and the Rose were good in it as well. I think School Reunion as a whole episodes were really good. I think the music in the series, just to point out, the music in the new series overall is excellent. I think Marigold did a good job, especially in series 1 to 4. I mean, Doomsday, the finale of series 2, had great music to it, and it was so good. One of the best compositions of the new series. Just the music was brilliant. But a lot of the episodes were average. They were really good, but it wasn't terrible. That's why I put it at number 4. It can't be any lower because Series 2 as a series can't be lower down than Hellbent or anything, or as confusing as Series 6, so that's why I put it there. At number 3 is Series 3. It was really hard whether number 3 would be Series 2 or Series 2, but this is my decision, it's my opinion. I think Martha as a companion was really good, and it was refreshing from Rose, because we obviously from Series 1 and Series 2 we've seen Rose. But I think Martha was a really good character. Actually thinking now, Martha is one of the companions, well, one of the only companions who didn't feature in a Christmas special, or a main companion in it. Yeah, I've just thought that now. Yeah, anyway, Series 3 overall was really solid, really good. I mean, the good episodes in this especially were the finale, of course, from Utopia to the Lost of the Time Lords. You got Smith and Jones were really good. Blink was excellent. Human Nature and the Family of Blood were also good when the Doctor turned human. I thought that was a really good idea because he had an insight of how the Doctor would act as a human. So I thought that was really good. Episodes that weren't as good were like the Shakespeare Code, which was episode 2 again. 42 were as good as the rest, and the Dalek 2-parter isn't as strong as other Dalek episodes and Dalek stories. But I think the Master coming back to Doctor Who was a great idea, because obviously we haven't seen him since the classic series and the last episode of the classic series to be exact. And I liked how the rest of the series with You Are Not Alone, like from the Face of Boeing Gridlock, and the Fob Watchers in Human Nature, linked into Utopia, and Professor Yana, or Professor You Are Not Alone, using a fob watch to turn into the Master and then regenerate into John Sims' Master. And I think John Sims' great Master is bonkers. I liked what he did with the Doctor's TARDIS, and he was funny and scary at the same time. I think Series 3 overall is a really good, solid series. Number 2 for me now is Series 1. And now I think this series is just fantastic. I think it's a great opening for the new era for Doctor Who, and I think Christopher Eccleston was great at playing the Doctor. His personality in the series was that it was funny. He acted clever. It was serious when he was meant to be. He wasn't irritating like the 11th Doctor, like, sorry, Matt Smith, but he wasn't irritating. I mean, I was just 5 when Series 1 came on, and I was excited every week for the next episode. It was just so good, and I watch it now, and so many memories come back, and it's nostalgic, and I think it's a great series overall. I mean, the girls, I was only 5 by the way, but the girls were the thing that scared me. I mean, in the Unquiet Dead, in the opening scene before the thing actually came on, when the girls came up to the camera, it still scares me now, but when I was 5, that scared me to death, and it's frightening, you know. But that's what I like about it. I want it to scare me, and it really did. In Series 1, to be honest, I don't think there were any particularly bad episodes in it. The only weak one probably was probably The Long Game. It's probably the weakest, but even that's not terrible. The rest of the series were just solid and excellent. And I like how Bad Wolf started as well, as that echoed all the way from Series 1 all the way to Series 4. So overall, I think this series had it all, really. Introducing a Doctor, also the Time War as well. So actually, the break between the classic and the new series, it connected together. So there were like something did happen in that time that we haven't seen yet, which I think is a great thing to have that in there. And we had it all. Daleks, regeneration, were even in Series 1, and I think that regeneration really good. The Doctor, he was really strong. He wasn't crying his heart out. He wasn't blubbering like the 10th Doctor. Although I did like the 10th Doctor's regeneration, but it was more like I'm going to regenerate. Sorry about it. You're never going to see the face again. And there it was. It happened, and it weren't too big. It didn't destroy his TARDIS with it. It was perfect. I mean, Series 1 could have been number 1 on my list, but number 1 is Series 4 and Specials. Like I said, Series 1 and Series 4 could have swapped, but for now I'm going to keep it like this for my list. I mean, I could have Series 1 and Series 4 as number 1, but I do have to choose it for the list, so that's how I've done it. I think Series 4 was just very, very easy to follow and get your head around. What to say? I think Series 4 overall is really good. Catherine Tate as Donna Noble was so excellent and funny, and she was an emotional character as well. She acted, for me, I think she acted like a real normal person with just a funny personality, with like a normal family, so she was kind of like relatable, especially the way like she ended, and all the family were concerned, and I don't know really, it was just kind of relatable. I think Will for Grandad was a great extra to the series, who just got you right in there in the heart, whether he was laughing or crying. It just, wow, he was a really good character, and it did make a big impact on the series, and obviously he did in the specials as well. I think the stories in the series overall are really, really solid. The only story that I don't particularly like is the Library 2-parter, Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead, but the rest of the episodes has made this number 1 on the list, with Series 1, if I can say that. The best episodes were probably Partners in Crime, the Sontaran 2-parter, that were pretty good, Unicorn and the Wasp, Midnight especially, that's great, and the finale, of course, like with Davros and everything to do with him, and the companions, I liked how they were in it as well. So I thought that were good. I just think also the End of Time, actually, because I'm talking about the specials as well, that was really, really excellent. Of course, it was really thought out and really put together well, so that's what I thought. Rose was good in the series as well, like in Turn Left, although I personally thought she got a bit annoying, especially when she kept going about the darkness all the time. But she was still good in it. It was also good when Rose was seen throughout the series, like on the screens, like the one in Midnight. That's the main one that I can think of. Trying to come back from her parallel universe that happened to her in Series 2, which linked up really, really well. I mean, she really, really got me when she turned around in the opening episode, Partners in Crime, and the Doomsday music started playing. It still gets me now. Just gets you right in there, like, oh. And this is like overall, but I liked how Series 1 to 4 didn't leak anything big, like Rose coming back or Davros or the Master, which made the episodes unexpected. Imagine if this happened a bit more in Moffat's era. It'll probably still be pretty bad, but I think it could have been a bit better. So that's all I've got to say, really. So that's my list. Definitely Series 1 could have been number 1, and it is in my eyes with Series 4, because I think it's so good. But that's my list. I'll go through them again. So at number 10 was Series 6, number 9 was Series 5, at number 8 was Series 7, At NumberSeven was Series 8. At NumberSix was Series 10. At NumberFive was Series 9. At NumberFour was Series 2. At NumberThree was Series 3. At NumberTwo was Series 1. And at NumberOne was Series 4 on specials. But just count NumberOne and NumberTwo together, because they were both the best series in my eyes. So that was my ranking of Doctor Who's new series, or series 1 to 10. And that's all I got to say. I'm going to be probably doing other, probably top 10s of Doctor Who in the future. I don't know if I'll be doing many action figure reviews, but I'll do what I can, because they take ages to upload to YouTube. It's probably my internet speed or whatever, it's pretty slow at the moment. I will be continuing my episode reviews, going through all the way to new series. I know I haven't done many recently, but I'm going to get back into the swing of it. And I'll see where it'll be in my next review.